Alrighty, and with that, welcome everybody to another edition of the Monthly Beatdown Podcast, a channel update for here of the Gaming Beatdown. We're live here on January 1st, 2019, the first ever day of 2019. In fact, hope everybody had a happy new year. 2018 is now in the past, which is pretty crazy to think about because it just seemed like it just became 2018 not too long ago, but now we're already in 2019. All 12 months of the calendar year have passed, and now it's a fresh new year of 2019, and we have a lot to discuss about here today for the channel update. We have our schedule to announce for the month. We have our caster of the month to nominate. We also have some news and announcements and stuff like that. I also would like to do a recap of the year, so looking back at what 2018 brought here on the channel. Some positives and some negatives I'm going to be discussing here today. We also have our HUD of the month, our new segment, well, not really new segment, but just an updated version of the segment is now going to be called Stuff I Bought or Was Given, basically, is what I'm going to call that now. It's no longer the games I bought section, because I figured I'd like to showcase more than just the game portions and whatnot. We also have our Q&A session, some news regarding Mario Kart Sundays here, which for those of you who are Mario Kart regulars, you might want to listen up on that when we get to that. So yeah, so we have a lot to go through here today. So yeah, we'll dive into our Monthly Beatdown Podcast here for 2019, our first ever Monthly Beatdown Podcast of the year as well, which is awesome. So glad I was able to do it on the first day of 2019, which is pretty sweet. So yeah, so we'll dive into right now. So let's get into it. Our first segment of the night, of the podcast, is always something I like to do every podcast, and that is our subscriber shout out. That's right. So basically, we look back at the past month, the people who were subbed to the channel, and give them a little shout out. Every month I give shout outs to all of my subscribers who have been a subscriber during the past month or so. So yeah, and either if you were gifted a sub or if you subbed on your own. So you do get a shout out no matter what, even if you are a gifted sub or just a sub in general. So yeah, just for thanking you for all the support for the past month and whatnot. So we'll quickly dive right now. So here we go. So thank you to Billy3802, thank you to Gradydos, thank you to Lemon Lizard, thank you to Co-Paylord, thank you to Captain Paladin LP, thank you to Supermune2099, thank you to Salty Dan, thank you to 007565, aka Volano, thank you to Kippy00, thank you to Jinjos, thank you to 5Uberpone2, thank you to I Know Kitty, thank you to FD907, thank you to Edgehead011, thank you to Yoshi86Up, thank you to Rwing64, thank you to Cold Sax, thank you to Cyberfox, thank you to Midnight Spy, thank you to Dual Vision, thank you Infinity, thank you to Takata, thank you the Random Reject, thank you Chrissy Cool Cat, and thank you to Apparition. So thank you very much for all the people who were subbed during the past year here on the channel. I think this month we hit about 25 subs, which is pretty good, I gotta say. But I do appreciate that. So yeah, thank you very much for all the subs and all that stuff. Like I've always said in the past, subscribing here on the channel is always an optional thing to do. If you like to go one step beyond to support the cast, that is a way you can, but just keep in mind that just being here at the stream helps out the most, I would say. But if you like to support the channel and get benefits like sub emotes, you do get a sub badge by your name here in the chat here on Twitch. You do get no ads whenever you watch me live here on Twitch, which is a nice benefit because I believe Twitch has changed their ways when it comes to Twitch Prime and all that stuff, where you don't get the ads, or where you will get ads every now and then, even if you're not subbed, or even if you're not subbed to anybody, you still will get ads and whatnot. Because originally, I think Twitch Prime and Twitch Turbo would allow it so then you don't get ads altogether. So if you are just Twitch Prime, you will get ads no matter what. So, and plus, yeah, I don't make any revenue when it comes to ads at all. But if you just don't want to see ads at all when you are on my stream, that's a way you can do so, is by being a sub and whatnot. It definitely helps out. You also get benefits in my Discord server. You get exclusivity to the to a chat room. It's the sub chat room. You also get a nice little sub tag, or just like a subtitle by for your name, so you get like a little your name is colored for being a subscriber on my channel. And you also do get a benefits in a Discord call room, which is pretty cool. So I haven't really used that too much, but I would like to eventually start doing that more often because I feel like I should give back to the people who are subbed and do subscriber stuff, I would say. So I think that would be a fun thing to do, but just time and stuff just kind of gets in the way, and I just don't have the time to do so. But whenever things open up, I would definitely like to do more stuff when it comes to the subscribers and whatnot. So yeah, and also you do get a monthly shout out here on the Monthly Beatdown Podcast. It's a once a month kind of podcast I do, just giving little updates and what's to come for the month on the channel and whatnot. So thank you once again to everybody who was a sub during the month of December of 2018, and I really do appreciate for those of you who did sub or just got gifted subs or even gifted subs. I really do appreciate that. So thank you very much. It does mean a lot. So thank you very much. So yeah, there you go. So that's basically our subscriber shouts. And once again, thank you to everybody who was subbed the month of December. Like I said, kind of repeating myself there, but I do appreciate the subs. Like I said, it's always an optional thing to do. So if you do sub to me and whatnot, I do really appreciate that. So thank you very much. So yeah, moving on here to our first segment of the day, and we're going to be looking back at 2018 as a year in review. Since 2018 is now officially in the books, we are now officially in 2019, which once again, Happy New Year to everybody who haven't seen in a long time. If you're here in the chat, hope you all had a good New Year. We were here on New Year's Eve doing a live stream and whatnot. It was pretty awesome. So yeah, so today we're gonna go and look back at the year of 2018 for myself and the channel as a whole. It was definitely a bit of a roller coaster of a year, but we'll talk about some good and some bad moments that have occurred. But for the good, I will say, yeah, a lot of people still have come by and subscribed to my channel and whatnot. So those of you who do keep the support by being a sub, I do appreciate all that. People who come by, as always, too. I thank you for all the support for everybody who's always come by and whatnot. That does help out a lot. Whether it's just if you're here for Mario Kart, just for multiplayer nights, or hell, if you're here for everything I do, I really do appreciate that. It definitely helps out. We also had a lot of stuff that happened for events here on the channel. We did the birthday bash back in May of 2017, which I believe this was the 7th edition of it. Yes, I believe it was the 7th edition of the birthday bash. Very fun time. We played Doki Doki Literature Club. That was interesting. That was a pretty interesting kind of game, I will say. And I had a fun time streaming that because I heard all about that game, and I ended up casting it for my birthday back in May, and it definitely brought out a crowd, that's for sure. It was very fun. It was a spoopy kind of game, but I think it was a fun little thing, especially since I don't really do kind of those kind of style of games or like scary stuff in general. So I'm glad that it was pretty well received. I had a fun time on my birthday back in 2018. If I said 2017, I meant 2018. Yeah, it was also pretty good, and we also did some multiplayer games during that cast too. Fun times were had on my birthday there. I do appreciate everybody who did come by for that. I always look forward to doing birthday streams because they are always pretty fun, and it brings out a lot of people that come on by and whatnot. Even though it is 12 hours a cast, it is still pretty fun, in my opinion, to do birthday streams every year. So I look forward to them every year. I also took part in a marathon over at the block party. I believe it was the summer block party, and it was super duper fun. I had a great time casting there. Always a pleasure being invited to do some casting over at other people's marathons and whatnot. Don't get too many invites when it comes to that kind of stuff, but when I do, I definitely try to take the offer when I can, when I'm able to. Like, if there are sometimes I do get invites to be a part of marathons, just my schedule and that just kind of gets in the way, and I just can't make it out to do a stream for that marathon and whatnot. But when I do get to take an opportunity to be a part of them, I do appreciate being a part of it, because I always think it's fun to be a part of marathons. So it's not always just me. You have other people who are in the marathon as well, and it's always a fun time. Yeah, it was a fun time being in the block party. This time it was only a summer block party this year, or this past year, but I still had a great time doing that, and I appreciate Richie and all the people who invited me to be part of it. Again, I appreciate being a part of it, and hopefully I can be a part of it again, which I believe there might be one in January or February. I'm not too sure exactly, but we'll have to see, because I haven't really heard back about anything about that just yet. But that is kind of the rumor, or just the not the rumor, just the the plan, I guess, is what I should say. But hopefully, I would like to try to be to take part of it if I definitely can. So, but my January schedule could be a little all wonky, and we'll talk about that later on here. We also had the 7-year anniversary show. That's right, yes, we celebrate 7 years of casting here on Twitch back in October, and holy moly, that is a long time. It doesn't feel like it's been that long, but yes, back in October we did celebrate 7 years of the channel, and and me casting here on. It's pretty wild to think that it's been 7 years. 2000, and it's not too long ago where it felt like it was 2011, but now we're in 2019 now, so going into 2019 we're going to be celebrating 8 years, which is pretty ridiculous when you think about it. But yeah, it was always fun. I always like the positive feedback that I do get when it comes to that to those streams. Everyone tends to come out for them. It's always fun. I always look forward to making the anniversary top 50 stuff. That's always the highlight, I feel, is that video. A lot of work gets put into it, a lot of time as well, but I'm glad that everyone usually receives it pretty well, so I do appreciate that. So I definitely will be doing one for this anniversary show when we get there, but that's still months and months away still, so yeah. But yes, we did have some winners of our anniversary show polls as well. That's also a thing that we do. We always have a award show kind of thing where we give out awards. We had our mod of the year for 2018. I keep saying 2017. For 2018 was Takada, who just joined in as a mod back in, I think it was May or June or something like that. It was around the springtime for sure. It was around when I started playing Pikmin 3 on the channel. But yeah, that's right on the time where she became a mod, and she ended up winning the mod of the year of 2018. We also had our playthrough of the year, which was a series I finally have jumped into. I'm kind of glad that that's also another positive, and that's with the Persona series. I finally jumped into my first Persona game in 2018 with Persona 4 Golden. Makes me now want to play more of them on the channel, and maybe in 2019 we will have a lot more Persona coverage here on the channel, so that should be fun. We also had our worst playthrough of the year, which was, the winner of that was Sonic Forces. I believe, yes, Sonic Forces, so that makes another Sonic game in the worst ever playthroughs. I believe we've had Sonic 06, I think we've had Sonic Boom, and I believe Sonic Force. I think those were the only three. I might be wrong on that, don't quote on me, but those are the three I can recall. So yeah, I believe Sonic now holds the record of the most oh yeah, that's right, and Shadow the Hedgehog, that's right. So four Sonic games have won worst playthroughs of the year, and I believe the Sonic franchise holds the record right now for the most worst games played here on the channel. Now that doesn't mean that the worst playthroughs I've ever done. I think people just vote for it mainly just as the worst game, but it's entirely different. If I had to choose for last year, I probably would say my worst playthrough of or of season 7, I would say, would have to have been, honestly, I would have to say it'd probably been Halo 3 ODST personally, just because I felt, I don't know, just didn't feel as great compared to past Halo playthroughs I've done. I don't know, it's just, it was more of a shorter kind of game too. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Another one I would probably say would probably have to be, probably Origins, maybe. Assassin's Creed Origins, maybe. I think that would be another one. But it had brought some funny moments that occurred, so there was that. So, but yeah, I still think a lot of the playthroughs I did were pretty fun. I really thought Persona 4 Golden was a fun one during 2018. That was a really fun playthrough from start to finish. I really enjoyed myself playing through Metal Gear Solid. I really liked that. That was my first time going through there. Jak 2 was definitely a highlight for me. Mario Odyssey was a good one. The Mario Sunshine replay was really good too. I really enjoyed those. Yeah, I mean, there was just a lot of good stuff that we did in 2018 for playthrough nights and whatnot. So yeah, I look forward to doing what I have planned in 2019, which I believe will be a little bit better when it comes to playthroughs, because at the start, I believe, of the season number 8 so far, I kind of feel like the playthrough choices have come kind of hit or miss, honestly. Some people may not be too interested in a lot of the games I've been picking, so I do want to take that time to say I apologize for that, because we're just in the middle of the Empty Wallathon Marathon. I know it's my channel, I should have the right to pick what I want, but I also would like to try to pick stuff that people would be kind of interested in too, so I'm not the only one just really being like, oh yeah, this is great and whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna try to change that in 2019 to try to pick games that will probably be a little more interesting to a lot more people too. So there's like more platformers and some interesting RPGs and whatnot, featuring some well-known characters and whatnot. So, but those of you who stuck around for that, I do appreciate that. But like I said, for those people, I've been told from a lot of people that aren't too interested in a lot of the games I do choose. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do a little bit better when it comes to picking some stuff for this season, because after Spider-Man, and I kind of felt like it was just either hit or miss with stuff. Honestly, it's either you're into JRPGs or you're not into like mature action games or stuff like that. So it's just been kind of a wonky kind of thing, because normally I have a Nintendo game when I do usually play for the Empty Wallathon Marathon, but this year I didn't really have anything for that, just because there hasn't been really much Nintendo stuff. I mean, Pokemon was a thing, but I didn't think I would be too interested to keep my interest playing it as a playthrough and whatnot, because I feel I might get kind of bored and tired of it. And plus, I kind of want to do a Pokemon game down the line here, and I didn't want to make it be that game in general, so that's also another reason I didn't pick that up. And then Smash Bros, I will talk about that here in just a second, because I didn't think the story mode would be made for as a good main playthrough title kind of game, right? So yeah. But like I said, I do appreciate everybody who does come by for the Let's Play nights. I know they've been kind of staler this at the end of the 2018, but I'm trying to make that a bit more of a positive again, because I do say that the multiplayer casts for sure have been a bright spot for sure. I think they've been the most fun casts I've done in a little bit of a while, right? I would say. And there's been a point where I kind of just didn't really enjoy them as much, but lately they've actually been really, really fun times to do multiplayer stuff, such as like Late Night Beatdowns or like Mario Kart Sundays. They've all been pretty fun, and now with a lot of people now getting Switches and stuff like that, it definitely boosts my interest for more of multiplayer stuff. I will say the multiplayer portions of my cast have been very fun this year, and I look forward to 2019 with a lot more stuff coming out, such as like Animal Crossing, Pokemon, whatever the hell else comes out that's multiplayer. That's the big thing, because yeah, I definitely would like to jump on a lot of this stuff too that I look forward to. But we'll see how 2019 will shape up when it comes to games. But for 2018 for multiplayer stuff, it was definitely a positive, I will say. I think it was a really good year when it comes to multiplayer stuff. So I look forward to what 2019 brings on that. Speaking of multiplayer stuff, we did dedicate also a week of casting to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That's right. So Smash Ultimate was a big focus during the 2018 as well, in the month of December. And I focused basically 5 streams of my 5 of my streams here on my channel dedicated to Smash Ultimate's release. We did some World of Light. Actually, well, not most of it. We did all of it basically. We beat the entire World of Light story mode, which was pretty good. I'm glad it was pretty well received. A lot of people enjoyed me playing through it and whatnot, so that's why I wanted to keep going. I kept asking, do people care if I do anything else? But no, everyone seemed to want me to continue with World of Light, so I continued on and whatnot. I'm kind of glad I beat it on cast. But I didn't think it was meant to be a game that would actually be great as an actual playthrough, because I kind of wanted to get all the characters and whatnot, and focus a lot of my time on the game just to showcase all the characters unlocked and whatnot, and play multiplayer and stuff like that. So that's kind of why I wanted to make it its own kind of thing, kind of like what I did with Smash 4 for Wii U. I wanted to dedicate a few streams towards that game in general. So that's why we did that, and that stream or event was only 3 casts. This time I did 5, so I did a lot more, just because I think Ultimate's a bigger game compared to Smash 4. So I'm glad that Smash Ultimate Week was a success. We got all the characters, we beat that. We did some multiplayer matches with viewers. We did showcase a lot of the stuff that the game has to offer, such as the Palutena Guidance and the Snake Codex, even though the Snake Codex were from Brawl, but I thought it would be cool to showcase them regardless. Yeah, what else could I say about it? Yeah, and we also did the the battles with all the mods and whatnot, and I think that was pretty fun. We did that for Smash 4, and I wanted to do it again for Smash Ultimate, because we had a lot of new faces who are part of the mod team now since then, so I figured it was fun to do that, and it was pretty fun. I enjoyed watching the matches with all the mods, getting controlled by AI and whatnot. Always a fun time watching those, and I really want to do that again sometime down the line, where that's not just mods, it's also like viewers as well. So maybe sometime down the line here we'll actually do that again, because that always seems to be well received. So I want to do that again, especially now with tournament mode now having a mode offline now. compared to Smash 4. That could bring some good possibilities for bringing like a big Mii tournament and whatnot, seeing who will win the big Mii tournament, or Mii Fighter tournament and whatnot, because I think that would be pretty fun to watch, in my opinion. But I don't know when I would get to that, however. But yeah, that was basically a lot of the positives, but there, like I said, there was some negatives that happened during the year of 2018 as well, and I kind of wish I kind of did better personally, or was done personally better, I would say. I don't know. Firstly, there was a lot of drama that has happened during the past year, unfortunately, off-cast, thankfully, not on-stream. I won't talk about too much of it, but we did, unfortunately, lose a lot of people who were originally fellow viewers and whatnot due to just some arguments, I guess you can say, or just like not what's the word I'm looking for? Just not liking things that some people were doing, including myself, and I guess, I don't know, because people were getting kind of iffy about some specific stuff. I'm not going to go into too much detail of it, but for those of you that know what I'm talking about, you have an idea. But yeah, unfortunately, some of the stuff that were talked about and stuff about specific stuff, some people just didn't really like it as much, and it causes a lot of people to get angry and or just lose interest in general and whatnot. So I kind of wish I dealt with that a little better, but I feel like now that I've kind of thought about it, I've like, yeah, you know what, I couldn't really deal too much different when it came to that kind of stuff, but it is what it is, unfortunately. But if that's how people want to be, then I guess it is what it is, unfortunately. Just trying to enjoy myself when it comes to my viewers and my community and whatnot, and just have a fun time. And if you take it the wrong way, then I apologize if that's the case, but what can you do when it comes to stuff like that, unfortunately? But it is what it is, unfortunately. Another thing is, I was invited to be part of a Twitch team back early in 2018 as well, but unfortunately that ship kind of sunk too. Unfortunately, that didn't work out as I was hoping for too. It's unfortunate. I kind of wish I did a little bit better when it came to that kind of stuff, but stuff just kind of got in the way and whatnot, and I just couldn't dedicate some time when it came to that kind of stuff and whatnot. But it also came down to stuff where I was never getting like much attention either when it came to it either, so I just felt like I personally was not getting much recognition either and whatnot, and it kind of sucked, but what can you really do? So if no one else is on the team would be interested in you, why should I even bother doing anything, right? So I don't know, it just came down to a lot of things, and that was kind of one of the big things. It's just because, I don't know, it just felt like I was just, I don't know, I tried to welcome myself, and it just seemed like it didn't really matter as much. So I would get like some people of the team that come by, but then that would be it one time only, and then that was it. They never again. So it was just like, okay, why should I even focus too much on it, right? So, but it is what it is, unfortunately. I've kind of moved past when it came to that kind of stuff, especially with that. It's a chapter I've closed and whatnot, and I don't really want to think about that ever again. I do get it brought up every now and then in private talks and whatnot, but other than that, I've kind of moved on from that kind of thing, and it was something that was definitely mentally draining me all of the year. It was definitely that, and the whole like people getting angry and leaving and whatnot, leaving my channel and whatnot. It all kind of just drained me a bit. Back on Christmas Eve, in fact, I was doing a lot of thinking as well, and feeling like I felt kind of shitty about kind of stuff that I kind of dealt with and whatnot. And I felt like I could have did it a lot better, but come to terms, I think I did as best as I probably could. I still do feel kind of bad and about stuff, and I wish I could like start over when it came to those kind of things, but unfortunately that's not probably going to happen. So but that's okay, because 2019 I've decided, you know what, I'm gonna start fresh again, just clear my mind on all that kind of stuff, and yeah, I just wanted to make things more enjoyable when it comes to casting, keep those kind of distractions away, and just be positive again. Make streaming how fun it was back when I first started, back in like 2012 or 2011, I guess technically, but mainly the main start was around 2012, I guess, like just kept going and going and going and whatnot. I want to kind of try to make streams as fun as that was again, just keeping things pretty active, very energetic and whatnot, and not just kind of just dead silence a lot of times, because yeah. That was just me, just mentally, just not thinking in good places at that time. So, but hopefully, 2019 I can fix all that and make things a lot more positive on the channel, make people a little more enjoying my content a little more, instead of me just kind of just feel drained and defeated at times. So, so yeah, I'm gonna be looking forward to all that. A lot of the changes I do have in mind as well that might help out for myself to make things a lot more fun personally. So yeah, but overall, like I said, 2018 was a kind of a bit of a rocky year. It was up and down at times, but I do appreciate everybody who has stuck around after all these years. Even if you're a new viewer, or if you've been a veteran viewer, I do appreciate everyone who's been here. We do have people come and go, but all those of you who've come and have joined us this year, I do appreciate everybody coming by and becoming a new member of our community. I think we have a pretty fun, good community here for the most part. But yeah, I look forward to seeing the community grow, and hopefully things become even better, I would say. And it's a nice new fresh start for me, and I feel it's going to be a good year personally. I feel 2019 will be a fun one in my opinion. I hope everyone can join me when it comes to that on my journey in 2019. And I don't really want to stop casting. So, like I was going to mention as well, there was points where I kind of wanted to stop casting as well. So I'm kind of glad that a lot of people have done a lot of things, like small things, that would help me change my mind when it comes to not quit casting. Because yeah, like I said, 2018 was kind of all over the place, and it almost made me almost want to quit casting as a whole too. So I do appreciate that. So thank you everybody for everything. It means a lot, and I hope I can continue doing positive and good fun times here on the channel for many more years to come. So thank you very much for that. So yeah, so that's my 2018 year in review. So let's hope that 2019 is going to be awesome. And like I said in the past, or just a moment ago, just thank you for everybody who have stuck around, and we're hoping that the channel becomes even more enjoyable and looks pretty fun. So yeah. Pros and cons of Andy not casting. Pro, less edge, cons, everything else. Wow, that's mean. Alright, so now we're going to talk about our month recap here on the channel. So this is where we look back at the past month of casting here on the channel and what went down here in December of 2018. So let's talk about that real quickly here. So here is what happened in Let's Play Nights. So throughout Let's Play Nights, we've, I believe in December, we've continued playing and finally finished up game number 153, and that was with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. We finally finished that up. It took 10 streams to do. Our whole playthrough is now available in the collection section, and it's also available on TGBD Archives. So if you haven't caught my playthrough of that, it is all up there. It wasn't a 100% playthrough, it was just excuse me. It was just all to get through the main story, and just for some side stuff, because unfortunately this game, it makes you have to do a lot of the side stuff, and it does get pretty repetitive and tedious over time, and it kind of got boring after a while, and it kind of got me starting to become a little drained when it came to doing playthroughs and whatnot. So thank goodness this game is finally done. I didn't want to just drop it and just move on to something else. I just kind of wanted to just finally put the nail in the coffin just to finally finish it, because I hate being that guy who just leaves things unfinished. It's just not my forte, I would say, to do something like that. So that's why I wanted to finally put that game away, so then I can so it just doesn't like haunt me, because I did something like that years and years ago with Jet Force Gemini. I had to drop the game because I emulated it, and it just doesn't work when you play it through emulator. So finally I was able to finally play it back in 2016 because of Rare Replay, and I'm glad I was finally put that chapter to end. So now I don't have to say I have a game I have not left unfinished. So that's kind of not, like I said, I just kind of don't like doing that, but thank goodness I'm happy that this game's done. So now we can move on to other things. We also finished up game number 154, which was The World Ends With You Final Remix, which was not as a long game, but it was also one of those games that were kind of And if people are interested in it or not, it is one of those kind of games, kind of niche kind of games. I always wanted to play it because the characters from those games get featured in a Kingdom Hearts title, and I've always wanted to play through it on the channel, and I'm kind of glad I finally got to. It was the Switch port of the game, which unfortunately I had to use motion controls, and the controls are either hit or miss and whatnot. There were times I kind of struggled with some of the controls because some of the motions are either hit or miss. But I was able to find some buttons, or pins, I guess what they call them, that worked pretty well when it came to the motion controls. And it's just one of those games where you have to just kind of play around with it until you finally figure it out and whatnot. Unfortunately, we did not do any of this post-game stuff because there is actually extra story stuff. We just did the main story and whatnot. The reason why we didn't do that is because I felt like maybe a lot of people wouldn't be too interested in it because it was kind of a quieter kind of game to play on stream. So I figured we'll probably keep that kind of stuff for a later time, probably for like a leftover segment and whatnot. So I do want to go and check that stuff out because there's still another like chapter and whatnot, and then there's another new chapter that was added just for the Switch version exclusively. So, which I hear is kind of missable, honestly. So I don't know if it's I don't know how good the other stuff is. It's probably more interesting compared to the Switch story portion I got added. So, but we'll see. But yeah, it will be something I do look to do in the future. The whole playthrough is available on my collections here on Twitch, and also available on TGBD Archives. There is a playlist for it too, just like with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And also, this month, we also finally started up game 155, which we're still in the middle of our playthrough. We've done 3 streams of it at this point, and that's with Red Dead Redemption 2. And that's going to be another long game, but I think it will be a little more enjoyable compared to the grind that Assassin's Creed had. Because thankfully for this game doesn't really have much of a grind, which is nice. I mean, sure, there's material in that you can grind, but it's not like you have to be specific levels in order to progress through the story and whatnot. Here you can just go through the story and just have a good time regardless. But yeah, this game will definitely be played for a little while here on the channel. I look forward to continuing more of it whenever we do more streams of it. It's always our slot 1 game at this time. I don't know when we'll probably finish this game. Supposedly the game is around 50 hours, so it probably will be a few streams still to finally get put to bed for sure. So this season, I will say there's going to be a lot of long freaking games, that's for sure. Long playthrough games, that's for sure. So maybe this season might have a lot of less games being played because of that, but we'll see. I'll try to like line everything up properly and see if we can actually make sure to hit our goals so we can actually get to 170. Yeah, 170 before the season ends. So, but that's my kind of my goal to try to do. But we'll see if it happens. So yeah, right now, like I said, we're currently on 3 streams of that. All 3 streams are available on TGBD Archives and on the collection section. So if you haven't seen any of that, they're all up there, and we'll be seeing more of it here in January of 2019. So should be fun. So yeah, moving on here, we had some late night beatdown streams, and I believe we had 2 late night beatdown streams. We had one basically was just for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We dedicated a whole multiplayer session towards Smash Ultimate because it was the hype of its release, and we haven't really did too much multiplayer at the time. So it was my first official night with the game, and boy oh boy is Smash fun to play online, I will say. When it is not laggy. But I still have a fun time playing it regardless. Either we do 1v1s or we did like 4-player lobbies and stuff. Mainly more 4-player lobbies because a lot of people seem to more enjoy the 4-player stuff. They don't really like the 1v1 stuff. They don't like playing 1v1s with me for some reason. I don't know why, but I do like enjoying playing Smash either way, whether it's 1v1 with no items and stuff like that, or with 4-player lobbies with either all the carnage and all that stuff. It's still pretty fun to me. I normally play a lot of Smash offline just for 1v1 stuff, but on cast I like playing 4 players just because it's more of a casual experience that way, and I think it's fun that way. The more the merrier, I always say when it comes to Smash. And then yesterday, on December 31st, 2018, we did another late night beatdown cast. It was an exclusive Monday cast, which never happened for late night beatdowns, and it was for New Year's Eve. So for New Year's Eve, we did a lot of multiplayer gaming. We did some Splatoon 2. We did some Animal Crossing New Leaf, some Fortnite, some Smash Bros. Basically, what I kind of tried to do was like all the big popular games that were played during late night beatdowns during the year of 2018 was the idea, was the goal, or I guess the gimmick for this year. So that was the idea. Fun times as always. We had a big turnout for it, which is pretty awesome. I'm kind of glad that a lot of people did come out for it. Fun times. I don't really get to stream a lot of times during New Year's, so I wanted to take this opportunity to actually do it this year, because I think the last time I did it was back in 2015. It was December 31st, 2015. So it's been a while since I last did a New Year's cast since then. So it was really fun to actually finally do another New Year's cast, and I appreciate the turnout and everyone who did come by and play and was on Discord and all that stuff. I think it was a great time. So yeah, so it was really only 2 late night beatdown casts, because a lot of the time my Thursday slot was kind of just in the way and whatnot. But I'll have some good news for that about late night beatdowns for the month of January of 2019. So we'll look forward to that. Mario Kart Sundays was also a thing still here. It's always going to be a thing. Sundays is always Mario Kart nights, sometimes Monday nights. We also did a special Christmas cast, which was on Friday. We did it a year ago too, but this time around it was kind of quieter, because I don't think a lot of people kind of knew I was actually casting Mario Kart on a Friday. Just the reason for that is because on Sunday was actually a relative of mine, or a family members of mine's birthday, and I kind of couldn't really stream during that. So the best thing I could have did was do a few streams beforehand, because the day before that I actually had to work, so I couldn't stream on the Saturday. And then Monday was basically Christmas Eve, and then Tuesday was Christmas Day. So I figured it was best not to cast on any of those days. So the reason why we did it on a Friday is just because my life kind of got in the way there, and I was just not able to actually do a normal Sunday Mario Kart cast and whatnot. So, but yeah, I had a still fun time there, and thank you for everybody who did come out for all the Mario Kart casts. It was always a pleasure playing Mario Kart with a lot of people. I'm kind of glad that people still play the game, especially with this one with Smash Ultimate that came out too. Kind of surprised that still a lot of people did come by and still playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with me. So I really appreciate that. So yeah. Also, during this, we also did a Let's React stream on the cast. The Let's React cast that was, let me just correctly grab it, was the Game Awards. That's right, we did a Game Awards reaction to the Game Awards, obviously, and we had the best freaking reaction I've done in a long time, and that was with the announcement of Joker from Persona 5 coming to Smash Bros. Pretty freaking hype-ass reaction. The chat went wild, I went wild. If you haven't seen my reaction to that, it is up on my main YouTube channel. I believe it's also in my highlights here on Twitch as well, so if you want to look for it there, it's somewhere in there, but easier place to find it is definitely on my main YouTube channel. So I didn't post the whole thing because a lot of it was kind of hit or miss, honestly, so I didn't want to put the whole Game Awards stuff on there. I just only wanted to highlight the best moment, which was definitely Joker going into Smash Bros. I think that was definitely probably the highlight of the whole Game Awards, and I'm kind of glad that was actually a good announcement. That was actually one of the good announcements. I will say the other good announcement was definitely the Crash Team Racing remake. Unfortunately, I didn't clip that, but it was still a good announcement too, and I look forward to finally playing that game, because I've been hearing a lot of good things on that, especially since it has a story mode. I might finally be able to do another racing game playthrough, so I will look forward to that. So yeah, and then also I was talking about this earlier. We did Smash Bros. Ultimate Week back in December. It was a 5-day event where we played a lot of Smash Bros. Ultimate. We went through the entire World of Light story mode. We did some showcasing other stuff that the game had to offer and whatnot. Yeah, it was just a great time. I enjoyed playing Smash Ultimate. It's, in my opinion, at least so far, I would say one of my favorite Smash iterations, but time will tell as the lifespan goes on. We'll see how the DLC pans out for the game and whatnot, but for now, I'd definitely say it surpasses Smash 4 easily. It's tough to say if I like it more than Brawl. I probably will say that because the character roster, but I think Brawl, personally, had a better story mode. I think Brawl's story mode is so much better compared to Ultimate's. Personally, I get the idea they were trying to do with Ultimates, but I feel like they should have added some more like of the platforming segments like Brawls had to offer. I don't know. A lot of people didn't like that, but I think it would have brought a little more to it. There was a part in the story mode in Ultimates that kind of had something like that, but I kind of wish it had more of it personally. But it is what it is, unfortunately. But I still think Smash Ultimate's great. And I look forward to playing Smash Ultimate here on the channel for years and years to come, especially with the hype of more DLC characters coming out and to be announced. I can't wait to see what the game has to bring in 2019, that's for sure. So yeah, that's basically what happened in the month of December. It was a pretty busy month for casting, I will say. There was a lot that happened, so I think this is probably one of the busier months on my channel of the year, personally. December of 2018 was a very busy month for my channel, that's for sure. So it was a good time too. I think the Smash coming out just kind of helped me refocus and recharge myself too, which was nice. So yeah, so now we're going to talk about this month's plans. What can you expect for the month of January of 2019 here on the channel? Well, we'll talk about that. Let's Play Nights will be continuing. We'll definitely be continuing Red Dead Redemption 2 here on the channel, and we'll be starting our first playthrough of 2019. Game 156 and the 6th game of the 2018-2019 Empty Wallathon Marathon and of the season, and that is with Spyro the Dragon. That's right, part of the Spyro Reignite trilogy. I will be going through Spyro the Dragon to start off the year. We got a platformer to start the year, so I think that's a awesome thing. So I've definitely been needing to play a platformer for quite a while because I haven't played a platformer since, I'd have to say, Jak 2, so it's been quite a bit. So, or well, technically Kirby, I guess. But so I've been needing a platformer in my life, so I wanted to finally jump into the Spyro games, and yeah, this would be a perfect time to do so. And as well, for Let's Play Nights, there is a specific indie title made from an indie developer that's coming out later this month, and maybe we'll hope to get that here at the start of, at the end of January, or maybe that'll be the start of February. We'll have to see exactly how my game lineup will be, because I think I'm still deciding if I have another game planned after Spyro for the Empty Wallathon, or if I'll do like a replay or something. I haven't decided yet. I'm still kind of thinking about that, so at this time, that's kind of the plans right now for Let's Play Nights. I don't know if we'll also finish Red Dead yet. We'll probably still be going through that until February for sure, so stay tuned for more Red Dead Redemption 2, because it's going to be a little bit of a while of a playthrough, that's for sure. Late night beatdowns. There will be some late night beatdown casts here. I think we'll have about more than we did last month, so I expect my Thursday slots to be open a little bit more this month. Like I said earlier, I look forward to all of my multiplayer stuff, so definitely some Smash Bros will be played. I want to play OJ again, because OJ has been something I've been kind of craving again, and some other games I've not played or touched in quite a while. Like I want to go back to trying out Star Wars Battlefront 2 again, because they've kind of changed the game and there's been a lot of stuff that's been added since I've last played, so I want to dive back into that. I want to play 2K19 again. I want to play Splatoon. I want to play more Mario Tennis Aces. Maybe some Red Dead Online for sure. Yeah, I was said in the chat there. Yeah, I definitely want to finally dive into Red Dead Online, but that will probably be after I finish the game. I think I want to finish up the main story first before I dive into Red Dead Online, because I was told play the story first and then dive back into the story, then dive into the online, because apparently it continues afterwards. So more GTA as well would be good. I would like to get back to Rocket League. I think that's a game that hasn't been touched in a long time. I think a lot of people would like to play Rocket League again, just have not touched it. But I don't know if I would like to continue playing it on PS4 or if I want to get it on Xbox or Switch to play it now, because those two, and then plus PCs, are all crossplay, right? So I'm not sure if I would like to ditch the PS4 version and go on to those ones, because I think more people have it on Switch and whatnot, or PC, and if I'm only playing it on PS4, I can't play with people on Switch in that, so we'll see. Fortnite for sure, I'd like to get back to playing still. I still enjoy it. I think it's still pretty fun. Say what you want about it, but I enjoy playing it, so I'll probably still be playing that. It's still pretty popular right now, so I'll definitely still be playing that. A game I would really like to get back to, but I don't think it's ever going to happen because my PC is a piece of junk at times, and that's with Overwatch. I would love to finally go back to Overwatch, but I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon because my PC is a potato. So I can't stream it and play it at the same time anymore like I used to, which is unfortunate, but I would love to. I think the last time I tried streaming it, it just didn't go very well. It was just a laggy mess and whatnot, and the footage just like god-awful. That's just because my PC is bad. I think the last time I played it is when Moria, or whatever her name was, the chick with the yellow and the purple stuff in her hands, was the last time I played the game. So I've not played with the hamster guy. I've not played with the new cowboy chick that got added. So I'm kind of out of the loop when it comes to the game now. So the meta is probably so much different. So I think a lot of characters have been gotten updates and changes since then. So, but it's something I would like to do. So, but if in 2019, if they like to finally announce the game for this little console right here, I would totally pick up Overwatch again just to play it on here again. Because I believe mouses and keyboards actually work on the Switch too. So I would like to actually, if that actually does happen, maybe I will actually jump in on that. If that's actually an announcement that happens, I'll definitely rebuy Overwatch again just for my Switch. Alright, watch me where me and Andy will stop digging around. Yeah. Either that, or if I, for whatever reason, somehow this year get a new PC, but I doubt that's gonna happen. So, but yeah, I would like to get into Overwatch again. GTA Online would be another one. That's still pretty fun. I think a lot of people still like playing GTA in 2018, so I'll definitely be playing that still. So, but yeah, I would like to open up more games for 2019. That's for sure. I would like to. It'd be. It's always fun to play new games and doing more new multiplayer stuff, because when you find new stuff, that'd be kind of awesome. I would like to, and Happy Wars would be fun to play again too, but I don't know if it's crossplay. That's the problem. That's the one thing, because I know it was on 360 when I used to play it. So yeah, Pokemon Battles, maybe we could do Pokemon Battles. Animal Crossing, there's another one. Animal Crossing is still pretty popular, so I would definitely be playing that, but maybe not so much New Leaf. If the new Switch one comes out in the spring or the summer, we'll definitely play that for sure. And I kind of want to do something like its own like a thing for Animal Crossing for sure. You have a request? What's that? Triforce Heroes. I actually don't even have that. Whenever you play your next Pokemon game, play as the female character and name her Iris. Oh my god. That would be funny. That would be funny. But yeah, that's kind of, this is all just kind of just speculation and ideas I have for late night beatdown. So that's kind of the idea and plans I have. And then Mario Kart Sundays. We'll be continuing doing Mario Kart on my Sunday cast, but we also have an announcement regarding Mario Kart Sundays here later on. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned. We do have some announcements regarding that Mario Kart Sundays. So yeah. Alright, so there you go. That's basically what's going to be happening here in the month of January of 2019. Should be a pretty fun month, because there's stuff I look forward to this month, and I think it's going to be a fun one. I think some changes in decision making will be making the channel a little more enjoyable personally, and I can't wait to actually finally... I can't wait, that's for sure. Alright, so moving on here. Let's talk about the stream schedule. This is something I like to showcase every month. Just keep in mind that not everything that you see on the schedule is mostly confirmed. It's 100% for sure going to be what the schedule will be. But if anything changes, I will basically specify on social media or my Discord or on stream if anything changes when it comes to the channel and whatnot. So we'll quickly showcase our schedule for the month of January of 2019. So here we go. So the first stream of 2019 is going to be on January 3rd with Late Night Beatdowns. That's right, the first 2019 edition of Late Night Beatdowns will be happening here, and yeah, we will be continuing playing more Smash Ultimate. That's one game I'm going to be playing there, and then you guys will give it the vote for what game gets played for the viewer's choice portion when the website gets updated during the week. So keep an eye out for that poll. January 4th, we'll continue with more Red Dead Redemption 2. This will be day 4 of our playthrough of that. January 5th with Let's Play Nights with the first night of Spyro the Dragon, part of the Reignited trilogy. So that's going to be awesome. January 6th, the first session of Mario Kart Sundays of 2019. And we'll be here with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. January 11th, which will be a Friday cast, with continuation of more Red Dead Redemption 2. January 13th, we'll be here with Mario Kart Sundays on a Sunday cast. And then on Tuesday, yeah, I'm going to be here on Tuesday randomly this one, with more Spyro the Dragon. And that'll be day 2 of our playthrough. That probably will be done the game by then, but we'll see. That's kind of the idea. January 16th will be a Wednesday cast. Yeah, this is where my schedule is going to be a little weird for the month of January. We'll be playing a to-be-determined game. This will be our slot 2 slot here, I should say. So maybe we'll be studying something new, or we'll be continuing Spyro again. I don't know for sure, but expect something new or more Spyro then. January 17th, Late Night Beatdowns again, which is a Thursday slot. January 18th, we'll be here with more Red Dead Redemption 2. Continuing our playthrough of that. January 21st, I'll be here on Monday for Mario Kart Sundays. Yes, we do have a Mario Kart Sundays cast on Monday night. So, yeah, that's what's going to be happening then. January 24th, we'll be here with Late Night Beatdown. So, yeah, like I said, we're going to have a lot of Late Night Beatdown streams for the month of January. So, look forward to that. January 25th, we'll be here with more Red Dead Redemption 2. So, I look forward to that. Let's Play Nights on January 26th with Let's Play Nights. January 27th with Mario Kart Sundays is to be determined for something, and I'm going to talk about that here in just a bit. The Monthly Beatdown Podcast will be here on January 29th, so I'll have my February 2019 channel update here, so that should be pretty fun. I look forward to that. And then Late Night Beatdowns January 31st with another Late Night Beatdowns cast, and that'll be our last cast of January of 2019, so yeah, so basically that's what's going to be happening here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 Late Night Beatdown streams. There's only be 1 week I won't be doing Late Night Beatdowns for. So yeah, we have a lot of Late Night Beatdowns cast this month, excuse me. And yeah, Let's Play Nights will be happening. We do have a few casts that are going to be happening on Tuesdays and Wednesdays for Let's Play Nights. Just the reason for that is because I have to work on a Monday during that week, and I have to work on a Saturday during that week. So my Let's Play cast week schedule will be kind of all over on that week. So that's the only reason why on that. So yeah, but for the most part, this is a pretty much 100% confirmed schedule. Like I said, if anything changes, I'll let you know on social media or Discord if anything changes. So, but right now, for sure, this is the confirmed schedule. And if you have any questions about the schedule, let me know, and I will like to answer them on either on the comments section down below, on Discord, or anything like that at all. So, yeah. So yeah. So yeah, that's what's basically going to be happening here for the schedule. So moving on now is the stuff I bought or got during December. So with Christmas and all that around back in December, I was able to get some stuff. So for my game collection, I ended up the only game I picked up in 2018. I'm actually going to dim the light here. It's a little bright here. In 2018 of December, the only game I got was Smash Ultimate. It is the physical release of it, and yeah, it was. I did a whole week of this game, and I will continue playing this game probably till the next Smash Bros. So I've been enjoying this game ever since it's come out. I look forward to doing a lot more Late Night Beatdown streams with this game for sure. And with Piranha Plant coming around the corner, yeah, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait. I also picked up this book. I forgot to put it on my bed here with all the stuff I got. This little guide, I guess what you can call it. It's basically just a fighter's guide. Basically, it just tells you basically how to play a specific character and stuff like that. I thought it was like a guide, like how to go through the story and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, as you can see, it tells you about like specific characters and whatnot, how much their actual throws actually do, how much damage it does and whatnot. It tells you how much their aerials do and whatnot. They tell you like how their aerial attacks and stuff, how it all works and whatnot. Yeah, so kind of all that stuff. It has every character in the game basically that's in the base game. So none of the DLC characters, unfortunately, because it'd be kind of funny if they leaked that Joker was in the game as soon as the book. That'd be hilarious. So yeah, no Piranha Plant either. Unfortunately, it's just the main characters in the game. I don't know if they'll ever make a new one where they have updated it so it's all the DLC characters are in there, but yeah, we'll have to see on that. And also, you may be wondering, my voice sounds different since the last Monthly Beatdown podcast, because back in Christmas, I ended up getting a brand new microphone. It is the Blue freaking Yeti, as you can see right here. It is a beautiful, beautiful microphone, I will say, and I've been getting a lot of positivity responses on my microphone. A lot of people do like how it sounds and whatnot. I've been told I sound a lot different on my microphone now, which is pretty good. I've been recently. I have been using, for anyone who doesn't know, I have been using this microphone originally. This was my old microphone. This was the Blue Snowball, same company that made this one right here. But the quality for this one is not as good compared to this one. But at the time, I was usually using a headset, and then my headset was dying out because I think it kept causing like static and whatnot. So I was like, okay, I gotta get a new microphone and whatnot. And yeah, and then this one was on the market. It was pretty cheap, so I ended up picking this up as my replacement microphone, and this did me pretty well for the past couple of years. I was wanting to eventually pick up this microphone at some point, but it never went on sale, and plus this microphone was still doing a good job and whatnot. But yeah, and then I got surprised on Christmas morning that I got this mic, so yeah, I was like, you know what? Bye-bye. And so I unhooked it, and I used this mic, and I did some testing on Christmas Day, I think it was, and I liked how it sounded. And then I did my first stream with this microphone during a Red Dead stream, and it definitely sounded very good. I think a lot of people did like how it sounded, so I'm very happy about that. So yeah, this is the microphone I will be using from now on when it comes to live streams and whatnot. So it definitely boosts my my microphone for sure. I will say that with talking in this microphone, I definitely do sound a lot louder compared to that microphone. Because the good thing about this microphone, if you guys don't know, you can actually adjust how loud you talk and whatnot. I believe it is the gain here. So if I adjust this, as you can see, I am talking very, very loud. But if I scroll it like this, I'm going to be very, very quiet. So as you can see, so yeah, I like the fact that I can actually adjust how loud I talk and whatnot. Just like the Snowball, it also has features here for how you want to like talk. So if you want to do like podcasting microphone, you just flick it right here. If you want like a bunch of people around the room, you flick it again. It's all like in this like book here that tells you all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so like I said here, so if you want it like on stereo mode, it tells you which mode to select it on, and it tells you what it's really good for. So like if my webcam will fix itself here. Lol. As you can see here, I just want to come on camera, please. But yeah, as you can tell, oh yeah, here we go. So if you want to do vocals, that's that top one right there. If you want, let's say podcast, which is the one I'm using, you put it on that mode. And then you got this one here, which is meant for like conference calls and stuff like that, and then you also got interviews, which is like that. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool, but I most likely will just be using it for the podcasting stuff because it works easy as that way, I would say. Damn, that was loud. Yeah, I know. Like I said, I've been kind of fooling around with it too, so yeah. And also what's really cool, if I wanted to, even though I won't ever do that, I can plug in like a headset through here, and then I can actually hear what people are saying on Discord in my ear through the microphone, which is really neat. Actually, I did not think it had like didn't have like a built-in sound device, but yeah, it kind of does. So, but the problem with that is I won't be able to hear anybody, or you guys won't be able to hear anybody on stream with that. So I have to switch my settings so it goes through this headset here. So yeah, but yeah, very cool. I'm very happy with this microphone for my first number of times using it. It's very, very, very a very positive microphone, I will say. Wait, what? Yeah, absolutely. Here, I'll show you right here. Where is it? Yeah, right here. There's a little thing you can plug in your headset in there, as you can see, and you can put that in, and you can actually hear everyone talking on there, right there. And also, sorry if I make noise here with my microphone here, just kind of readjusting my stuff here. You can actually adjust the volume of how loud everybody talks on here. So if anyone's like, if you want to hear people louder, you can turn it up there. If you want to turn them down, you can do it like that too, which is pretty cool, I gotta say. So I didn't realize it had its own little like audio device in there too, which is kind of cool. So I could like listen to people talking while plugged this in, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I'll probably never use that just because I don't really have the setup to kind of do that. I don't have like an audio device kind of thing where I can like adjust all that kind of stuff, or like switches, I guess you want to call it. I don't know, but yeah. But pretty cool though. I've been positive with this microphone. From only the 4 streams I've used it so far, it's been pretty positive from what I've been told. So I'm gonna be using this microphone probably forever. And also, yes, I forgot to mention the filter here did not come with the microphone. I ended up buying this during Boxing Day, so this came separately. So I put the filter on the Friday because that's when it came in. On the what day was that? Was that the 29th? No, 28, yeah, 28. So I purchased on the 26th, and it came on the 28th, and yeah, and it fit pretty good. So I'm pretty happy about that. So yeah, I think it helps out with a lot of the I do when I talk. So it doesn't make it as much of a hissing noise like I used to with my old mic. So yeah. But I like the clear audio it makes. It sounds nice, and yeah, I look forward to using this microphone. And also, one last thing I got for Christmas. It's a small little thing. I've shown this on cast a few times. It is a Mario mushroom, which is pretty cool. But when you press the top of it here, it's actually a light, so that's pretty cool. I don't usually have the light on just because it does take up some batteries and whatnot, so I just normally turn it off. But when I want to make like noises with it, I just press it and whatnot. So yeah, it most likely will be sitting here for the most part, just behind me here, just because I don't really know where else really to put it, unfortunately. So yeah, that's basically what I kind of got. I also got clothes and whatnot, but who cares about that, honestly. But yeah, so that's basically was what I've received or bought during the last month. So yeah, I'm pretty grateful for what I got there. So I appreciate that. Also, yeah. I got socks and I was hyped. Yeah, hell yeah, socks. I got underwear, so that's always hype. It's actually comfortable too, I gotta say. Alright, so there you go. So there's that. So moving on now to our next segment here on the channel, and this is our highlight of the month. So we look back at the past month and the best highlight that occurred during the channel, or during the streams of December of 2018. So this month's highlight comes to us from a late night beatdown stream on our first ever night of playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for late night beatdowns. And during a 4-player match, a lovely thing occurred during it, and we'll showcase what happened here. It's one of the funny things that happened during the month so far. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that happened that was pretty good, but this definitely took the cake. So here's our highlight of the month for December of 2018.
Wait for me. I've been happy with my Ryu play. No, you ain't doing shit. Oh, Electro did nothing.
He's sad.
No!
I'm flipping that shit.
He didn't do anything, and sure enough, he did. What? What?
Oh my god, that
was amazing.
Yeet.
That was amazing.
Electrode. Now, whenever we see Graditos, who is the guy playing as Ryu, we always give him the whole Electro joke to him because he is his best friend. So yeah, so there you go. That was our highlight of the month of December. Like I said, there was a lot of stuff that happened. There was a lot of stuff that happened last night too. I wanted to highlight, but just I didn't have time to do so. But that was definitely one that I had highlighted, and yeah, that was our highlight of the month. So there you go. A pretty good one in my opinion. Grady's favorite Pokemon. Yep, definitely is. Yep, I agree with that. Alright, so up next here on our next segment here for the channel is our channel update. That's right, so we have a couple things I want to discuss here for the channel, updates and whatnot. And our first thing I would like to talk about is on our Discord server. So there's a bit of an update when it comes to the Discord server as a whole. As you can see on the side, I can't really show it on stream here, but if you're on the Discord server, you can actually take a look on the side. I actually now have a thing where it actually showcases people who are streamers now. So yeah, so I think if they're connected on Twitch, you can actually see them there. Or well, whenever you connect your Twitch account on Twitch and whenever you go live, it will have what you're streaming there. But I figured I'd give people who are streamers a little bit of a little tag, or or role, I guess is what you want to call it. So yeah, they are in a purple color and whatnot. So people who I've noticed who are on my server that are streamers, I gave them a little bit of a color for their name there by their name. If I missed anybody that's in the Discord server, please let me know, and I will actually put you in the the role. So it's a minor little thing. So yeah. Also, when it comes to live calls and that, yesterday during the late night beatdown stream, we had a bit of a raid that occurred. Some random people just randomly joined in our call, and they ended up doing some pretty shady shit and whatnot. So there was a lot of banning that occurred during the middle of that stream. It was during the Splatoon hour. So as of right now, the call is back to how it works. So basically, anybody can just join in whenever. But if it does happen again in the future, I'm probably going to actually make the settings where I had it last night, where nobody can just enter. They kind of have to be dragged in order to join, just because, yeah, that was kind of a weird thing that happened. And so yeah, if that, like I said, if that ever happens again, I probably am going to be switching the settings on the stream room and whatnot. All the other rooms will work perfectly fine, like you could just go in them and whatnot. But when it comes to the stream room and that, yeah, I'm going to if it happens again or multiple times, I probably will change it so it's not going to happen that way. So yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't have a full room, so it was allowed somebody to just randomly join in and whatnot. So yeah. So but like I said, it's back to its normal way, so anybody could just join in the stream room and just go in there. But like I said, if it happens again, I probably will have to switch up the settings and whatnot. So yeah, yeah, that's how that will have to work. But for now, like I said, it's back to the way it was working before, so anyone can just join in and whatnot. I remember to fix that after my stream last night. So yeah, so that's just a little thing on when it comes to that. So yeah. Other than that, yeah, I think that's kind of it right now when it comes to the channel updates. So, yeah. So, oh, actually, I don't need that. That's an old one, so I don't need to talk about that. Let's talk about this though. Our next big thing is Mario Kart Sundays. We have a bit of an update for that, and this month I actually am going to be starting up a new Mario Kart game for the channel. Unfortunately, Mario Kart 7 did not work out, so that game is probably not going to be happening anytime soon now. But I am actually going to be I'm actually going to be adding a new game, and well, it's not really a new game. It's a game that has been played in the past before, but it's a Mario Kart game that's been played here on the channel with a bit of a twist. That's right. So this has been a highly requested thing to be done here on this channel for a very, very, very long time, and I kind of want to actually finally dive into the world that is Mario Kart Wii CTGP Revolution. That's right. If you guys don't know what this is custom tracks for Mario Kart Wii. I still need to install it onto my Wii U since I'm going to be playing that. I want to bring back Mario Kart Wii. A lot of people have been wanting this to come back, and I figured, you know what? What's a way we can do it? We could actually make it custom track wise, and like I said, custom tracks have been highly requested from a lot of people for a long time. So I figured, you know what? Why the hell not? Let's bring it in. So make it somewhat of a revival of Mario Kart Wii, but with a bit of a twist. It's Mario Kart CTGP Revolution, and thankfully, the people who made this mod host their own servers. So yeah, I'm going to be diving into this, and the first session is going to be happening on January 27, 2019. So how it's going to work with Mario Kart now is we're gonna do how we were going to do it with Mario Kart 7. So we'll have 1 week being Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and then next week will be Mario Kart CTGP Revolution and whatnot. So yeah, I'm gonna have to ask Yoshi or somebody who knows how to install this, so just so I have an idea of what I'm doing right and whatnot. So because supposedly you can actually do it on your Wii U, and it's got GameCube control support, so that's cool. So if you've tried playing Mario Kart Wii originally on your Wii U, you can't actually use it, but the guy who made it actually made a mod so then you can actually make the GameCube adapter work for the game. So yeah, it should be pretty fun. So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying to try this out. I want to see if I can bring any life to this game, because I know when a lot of people stream CTGP, it doesn't really get a lot of attention. So I figured, you know what, maybe I can help since I stream Mario Kart a lot here on my channel. So yeah, and I figured since Mario Kart 7 is not going to work as well, you know what, I figured this would be the next best option to do. Is this, because there's a lot of Mario Kart 7 tracks that were put into this as well. So yeah, I probably will most likely use the GameCube controller and not to play, because that's what I used when I was playing Mario Kart Wii back in the day. So so yeah, after let's say 15, 16, almost 5 years gone and retired, Mario Kart Wii will be back in a new twist. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Mario Kart Wii CTGP Revolution will be happening for Mario Kart Sundays here on the channel. So that should be pretty fun. So I look forward to doing that. So yeah, there you go. So there you go. That is our announcements for the month of January. So should be awesome. Should be awesome. So now we're going to be moving on to our next thing, and this is our caster of the month segment. That's right. So every month I like to do a little shout out to our two casters and get them a little bit of a spotlight, I guess. So and whatnot, and people I tend to like too, and figured they deserve some shout outs and whatnot. Last month our caster of the month was Jimmy, aka originally known as JLess. You can check him out over at twitch.tv/Jimmy. He's a variety caster and whatnot. He does a lot of Nintendo stuff. He does some other games as well besides Nintendo too. So yeah, he's definitely recommended. And he was our December 2019 channel of the month, or caster of the month. So yeah. But this month we have our new caster of the month, and this guy has come by to my channel a few times, and a certain mod knows this person as well, and she likes to call him John. So yeah, here's our caster of the month for January of 2019.
The whole place is shaking. Cover your ears! Why? Don't argue, just do it now! Uh-oh. The game card was removed. Oh my god, oh my god, guys. Oh my god, hang on, dudes.
So what was happening, you guys don't know, he was trying to shake his camera like this to make like the effect because the game was shaking like that, and then something fell and then his game came out of his cartridge. That's what happened, in case anyone doesn't know what happened there. So yeah, so our caster of the month is Mystic Umbreon, who Chrissy knows very well. This guy does a lot of YouTube stuff about Pokemon and whatnot. He does Pokemon stuff on his channel and does some other Nintendo stuff too. I think he's done like Zelda games on his channel and whatnot. He's also done some Smash Bros and stuff like that, some Mario Kart and stuff like that. And he's come by to the channel every now and then too, so you may have seen him a few times. So yeah, he knows, or I guess you could say he's Chrissy's BF, so yeah, you should definitely go check him out over at twitch.tv/Mystic Umbreon. So yeah, he's an awesome dude, so go check him out, in my opinion. He's worth the follow and all that stuff. So yeah, there you go. So that's our caster of the month for January of 2019. So yeah. So moving on now, we're on our final segment of the night, or the cast, and that is our Q&A. That's right. So this is where I do a Q&A session where I answer questions live here on Twitch. And if you guys would like to send me a question, you can use the command !AskAndy, and it will redirect you to a Google Doc. You guys can fill out the form there and send me questions there, and I will read them and try to answer them on cast. And we actually got a lot of them today, so I have a lot to go through here. I got about, what, 15 of them right now, so holy shit, we have a lot of questions we got to answer here. So I'm going to read every single one of them here, so here we go. So we're going to start off. Our first question here is from Trevor Head. He says, what is your favorite game in the Empty Wallathon so far? Oh, that's an easy question. So far, my favorite game of the Empty Wallathon Marathon has been Marvel's Spider-Man. That has easily been the best game I've played. It's been my favorite new release that's came out in 2018. I think it's a fantastic Spider-Man game. It's, in my opinion, the best Spider-Man game to date. I think it was my first Spider-Man game I ever played since Spider-Man 2, which I've not streamed here on the channel, so this was my first Spider-Man game since then. So it's about 10 plus years since I last played a Spider-Man game, and I gotta say, they did a great job on this game, and I look forward to a sequel for the game because you gotta think there's probably gonna be one for sure. And the ending basically says there's probably going to be a sequel. So yeah, this was definitely one of my favorite games of the year, and I definitely need to check out the DLC at some point. But the main playthrough was just to go through the story and whatnot. So I had a great time with the game, and I look forward to more Insomniac Spider-Man in the future on PS5 probably, because I don't think we'll get a sequel on PS4, because PS4's lifespan is pretty much almost coming to a conclusion already, which is pretty wild to think of. So yeah, so there you go. There's your question. Thank you for asking that. Next question is from Hagrid Ruby. He says, "What's your anime waifu?" My anime waifu, hey? Ooh. I doubt this counts as games, so I gotta go with actual anime characters. It's hard to say. I probably am gonna get a lot of flaming for this, but I do like Asuna from Sword Art Online. That's one of my favorites, and I also like I think it's Sailor Mercury. Let me just make sure here. Mercury or is it Mercury? Hold on, let me see. Let's make sure. Yeah, Sailor Mercury. Yeah, that's Sailor Mercury as well. So those are my two, I would say, that are anime-wise. I can't really say game-wise because you can't really say Rise is a anime. Well, I mean, technically Persona 4 does have an anime, but she's more of a video game character than an actual anime character. But if we do count that, then I would probably say she counts too. And if you count Ruby, then obviously I'm going to put Pira Nikos in there as well. So. So those would probably be my my characters, I would say. So yeah. You mean Makoto? Wait, who's Makoto? Which character does Makoto? Waifu span across anime and video games on every. Yeah, but they were saying like anime wise. The question was what's your anime waifu? So I don't think it was basically means video games and stuff like that. Just anime in particular. And I guess if we're counting Pokemon. I have technically two, because I guess you can say the Pokemon anime is an anime. I don't know. I really don't know for sure. If you could count that. Obviously, the number one is definitely me and Edge can agree on this one, and that is Serena from the Pokemon X, Y, and Z. That is an easy one. I think she's the best Pokemon girl. Don't at me. But now I'm gonna get added in the chat. So, shit. And the second one is also from X and Y, believe it or not. And she is the trainer that has the Lucario. That gives you the Lucario stone. So you can transform your Lucario to Mega Lucario. What was her name? I'm trying to remember what her name is. Give me a sec. I will look it up here. What the hell was her name? I forgot now. Karina. There we go. That's her name. Yes, Karina. Yeah, that is who I'm referring to. So yeah. So those are my two, probably I would say, and then probably Dawn would be right after that. I'd say Dawn's in there as well. I would probably put those three. As waifus in the Pokemon anime for sure. So yeah. But yeah, other than that, those would probably be my anime waifus. So thank you for the question there. So yeah. Next question here is from Hagrid Ruby again. He says, "How much do you think your soul is worth?" 25 cents. Canadian. so thank you. Risei's still best waifu? You're absolutely right, she is. I agree. She's the number one. Alright, next question is from Hagrid Ruby. Yes or no? Maybe. Thank you for that. Next question again is from Hagrid Ruby again. He says, "What is the meaning of life?" Well, I'm going to Google that for you and I will find out. 26 cents? That's how much I am? Okay. That's better than 25. What is the meaning of life? Let's see. The meaning of life, I believe, is the meaning of life, I believe, is 42. Yeah, I believe the meaning of life is 42. I think that's what it is. Yeah, I think it's 42. All right, so thank you for that question there. Next question again from Hagrid Ruby. Oh my god, he asks, "Have you subscribed to PewDiePie?" No, I have not. So I'm gonna be that one guy who doesn't sub to him because now he's gonna lose that sub race on YouTube. Because if you guys don't know, he's feuding with some channel to get more subs than him, and whoever gets the sub goal first like wins something. And yeah, I'm gonna be that guy who wasn't subbed. And he has subbed to T-Series. It's Therese, and then yeah. So yeah, there you go. That's who I have not. So thank you for the question there. Next question again is from Hagrid Ruby. It says, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate your pain level? Probably a 9.5. Thank you for the question. My pain level is a 9.5. Next question again from Hagrid Ruby. It says, would you rather have a unicorn as a pet or be a unicorn? Personally, I'd have a pet unicorn. I think that would be rad as fuck, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. So that's what I would do. So thank you for the question there. Next one is from Hagrid Ruby again. Holy shit. It says, what items do people steal from the office to use at home? Pens? Staplers? Probably a computer monitor? a printer? Probably not. That's probably too big. Probably like pens for sure. I'd say definitely pens and rulers. So thank you very much for that. Next one's from Hagrid Ruby again. It says, where did you hide the body, Andy? That's none of your business. So thank you for the question there. Next is from Hagrid Ruby again. Oh my god. It says, can you help John Wick? All you need to do is get your mom's credit card and tell everyone the 16 numbers on the front and the 3 numbers on the back. Do this and we can help John Wick get an epic victory royale. Damn it. No, I hate the John Wick skins in freaking Fortnite. Is that even a... No, that's not even a question. Okay. Yeah, there's some epic memeing going on here. Yep. Okay. But no, I'm not gonna help the John Wick players. Screw them. Alright, next question is from Sora. It says, only 4 more weeks till release of my game. Are you nervous or excited? I'm a bit in the mixed opinions, honestly. I'm in the between. I'm excited as fuck, but I'm also a little worried too. Just because I hope it doesn't fail to deliver on all the hype, that's for sure. They've been showcasing the game, and it looks hype as hell, but trailers can get you overhyped, right? And the last time I was overhyped for a game was Assassin's Creed 3. Everything looks pretty goddamn awesome for the game, and then it ended up being a piece of goddamn shit. So, however, that was Ubisoft. This is Square Enix, and Square Enix has a reputation of having games being developed for a very long time, and they can be not as great. So yeah, look at Final Fantasy 15. I mean, still a fun game, don't get me wrong, just not as good as it could have been, to be honest with you. So I don't think Kingdom Hearts 3 will be that kind of game, but I think it's not going to be the greatest thing since the birth of Christ. So yeah, but I still am looking forward to it. It is definitely a game that I'm looking super duper forward to. It's something I've been wanting in my life for a long time, and it's going to be a closing of a chapter of my life too, is finally finishing up the Xehanort saga, that's for sure. So I still think it'll be a fun game. No, don't get me wrong, I think the combat will be fun, but if it goes off anything like 0.2, it could be floaty and whatnot, and that could be an issue. So I really hope that they have addressed that, which I probably think they would have. So from a lot of the gameplay that I've seen, at least after E3, it seems like they have made it look like it's not as floaty like it was. So that is good. So I'm happy about that. So I'm hoping the game does live up, but I'm also a little bit of worried as well. So yeah. But anyways, thank you for the question there. Next question is from Supermoon. It says, any New Year's resolutions? Ooh, good question here. Yeah, I think I do have some. I kind of just want to be, just for casting in general, I kind of just want to make things fun again. I kind of just don't want to worry about too much stuff when it comes to being a caster. I want to put negativity and drama behind me. So that's definitely something I would like to do. I'd like to make everyone feel welcome to my channel. I feel like there's been times where I kind of just give more attention to some people than others, and that's kind of shitty. So I kind of want to feel like I welcome everybody to my channel and whatnot. I also just kind of want to make things feel fun again, just feel like I'm more into it, because I feel like I mentioned earlier, like the end of 2018, I kind of feel like I was drained a bit. So I'm hoping that I can make myself enjoy casting like I used to, for sure. I mean, I still do enjoy it, but there was a point where I kind of was getting not as enjoying it as much again. So, but hopefully I can fix that and make things more enjoyable for not only myself but for everybody as well. So yeah, and I also kind of want to make everybody happy when it comes to it, which I think I do for the most part. But I kind of want to make everyone feel like, oh yeah, you're doing this and or you're doing that. So yeah, yeah, and I just kind of want to just feel happier when I'm casting too, and I want to make everyone feel like they can come here and just I guess not really to vent, just to just keep the bad thoughts away. That's for sure. So yeah. So as for like outside of casting and stuff like that, I don't know. Kind of just would like to just change a lot of stuff in my life. I would like to probably change jobs eventually here. I don't know, there's been a point where I kind of just want to be like, you know what, maybe it's time for something new personally. So I don't know what exactly, but I would like to eventually move on to something different, because it does get kind of boring sometimes when you do the same job. So it'd be nice to finally, maybe, hopefully, I don't know if I can never find anything, but if I ever do, I probably will try to do so. So just so it also makes it so I don't have to do a lot of Monday streams or stuff like that, because I have to work during the night. So if I could do something during the day, I'll be happy about that for sure. So so yeah, go work for Atlas, dude. I would totally do so. I would totally work for Atlas. I'll be like, yo, I am Rise's fan, and she's like, okay, you're hired, cool. So yeah, I would totally do so. I'll go work for an Atlas, and I'll go work for Nintendo. I'll go work for, hell, I think Ubisoft could use me, because I always find glitches in their games, so that could be something. But yeah, so thank you for the question there. Next question is from Kyrie from Axel Hearts 3. Axel Hearts 3. You're giving me too many things. What? I am? Oh, okay. So, you're welcome, I guess? I don't know. I don't even know if that was really even a question, but okay. Next question is from Super Mutant again. It says, with all the marathons on Twitch, is there one series you would love to see get showcased? Ooh, good question. That's tough, because I've seen a lot of stuff that's been marathoned already that I kind of want. You know what they need to do? They probably need to do Dragon Ball at some point. That's gotta be the thing they gotta do, honestly. And yes, they gotta do the entire series with all the filler and everything like that. Because they haven't done, I don't think they have done Dragon Ball just yet, so that is something they need to do, is Dragon Ball. Because I've already gotten Pokemon, which, actually, they need to continue that, legit. Like, they stopped that after Gen 3, and we're still waiting for Gen 4's anime to start, so I don't know when that's happening. They've done Ruby, which was awesome. They've done Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is great. But, yeah, I think Dragon Ball is next, personally. I would like to see other anime that gets added there too. Like, I've never ever seen an episode of My Hero Academia. I think that would be kind of cool if they do that, but if they do that, they probably will most likely do the dubbed version, if there is a dubbed version of it. So yeah. But yeah, but definitely Dragon Ball for sure. I think Dragon Ball should be a thing. Like, they do Dragon Ball, they do Dragon Ball Z, they do that godforsaken thing called GT, and then Super, because I've not actually seen Super at all, so I think that'd be a good way to finally for me to actually watch it if they do a marathon of it personally. So yeah, not GT. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess. And you know what, they should do it too, because if you remember back in the Justin TV days, there were channels that would marathon all the Dragon Ball episodes. Like Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, GT, the movies, all that stuff, right? So I don't see why they wouldn't do it for Twitch, right? It makes so much sense to do so. So they should totally do so, and I guarantee you, people would sub to that channel just to get the emotes for it. So, and I had that channel in the background all the time. Yeah, seeing me too. Yeah, but I would totally like to see Dragon Ball for sure. I think, say what you want about it. I know a lot of people may not like Dragon Ball as much. Some people may hate it, or some people might love it, but I think they should do it. I think that's like their next thing they should totally do. I think they've also done Digimon too, so yeah, like they've done a lot of the stuff I kind of wanted to see. So, and I think they've done Beyblade as well. So yeah, I can't really think what else I would like to see, but yeah, it would definitely have to be it would definitely have to be Dragon Ball. That's something that they would have to definitely do. That's what I would like to see at least. I want to see every single episode and all the filler stuff get live streamed, because I think there'd be a lot of lulls in Twitch chat. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I'm on YouTube, I like to look up the Twitch chat reactions to some of the stuff they've done. So I've seen some reactions to like some of the Yu-Gi-Oh episodes, and they record the Twitch chat. And watching the Twitch chat react to it, it's so funny to watch that. Because all the memers come out and meme in that chat. It's so good. I love Twitch chat during those marathons. It's so funny. But yeah, so thank you for the question there. But yeah, Dragon Ball would be my what I would like to see personally. Next question's from Anonymous. It says, what are you looking forward to in Kingdom Hearts 3? Myself is the Toy Story world. Actually, I would have to agree with you on that. The Toy Story world for sure. Is definitely what I am looking forward to the most. Just because it's been one of my highly requested worlds to be in Kingdom Hearts for quite some time. I've always wanted to just run around in Andy's room and outside and go to like the toy store and all that stuff with Buzz and Woody and all the gang, just as your partners and whatnot. I always thought that would be kind of a badass thing, and finally we're getting that, and it's so... It doesn't even feel like that's real even. It feels like that's not even legit happening, but it totally is. Definitely also Monsters Inc. would be kind of cool too. I'd like to see... I'm excited to go to the Monsters Inc. world for sure. I'm also just kind of excited just to see how Sora just plays and whatnot. Just being able to transfer your Keyblades and transform them and whatnot. I think that's like a whole big game mechanic that's going to be pretty rad in my opinion. I'm hoping that we get some decent like magic spells. I hope it's not just the ones they've been showing in the trailers. I hope it's more than just fire, blizzard, electricity, cure, wind, and I think the other one might have been... Was it gravity? Was it gravity? I can't remember exactly. But I hope we get more than what we got for the spells. Because I don't know. If it's just that, I mean, I'll be a little disappointed on that, but it wouldn't be a too big of a complaint for me personally. But I kind of wish we were getting a lot more spells too, because they haven't really showcased a lot of that stuff. It's been mainly more of the Keyblade transformations and stuff like that. So, but yeah. But Andy, Dolan won't use any. Good point. Good point. So yeah, so thank you for the question there. I appreciate that. Next question from Billy. Oh, we got another Kingdom Hearts trailer. Now that Kingdom Hearts 3 month is here, is there any Kingdom Hearts stuff you would be interested in buying? Clothes, figures, etc. Yes, actually. I've always said I wanted to get myself a replica Keyblade. That's something I've always really wanted to get. They're pricey, I will say. They are very pricey to get. I would like to actually finally dive in and actually get one. I do have a Kingdom Hearts shirt already. I've worn it in the past here on the channel. You probably have seen it. It's pretty cool looking. But another one would be kind of cool to have too. I would like to be getting the play art figures if I can. Specific ones, that is. I would like to get the play art figure of the Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora. So he's got his new outfit and he's got his new Keyblade and all that. I'd like to get the Riku one as well. And if they ever make a Kairi one, I would totally grab that too. But those things are pretty damn expensive. The play art figures are not cheap. So, yeah. Those would be something I would like to have, just to have them set up there and whatnot. And I can have them just pose and whatnot. Because I really want to have a pretty cool Sora figure. Because I think he's an awesome character personally. So, he's one of my favorites. I mean, he's not my personal favorite, but he's probably in my top 2. If I had to pick 2 characters, he'd be in my top 2 for sure. But I think he's a really good main character. So, yeah. I don't know. But other than that, that's kind of really it. But definitely the Keyblade would be my main focus for sure. So, yeah. But yeah. So, that's what I would like to see. Or like to eventually pick up for myself. That'd be cool. Next question's from Anonymous. And they are saying, are the waifu wars going to be here forever? Or can we move on to other jokes? I'm kind of trying to like limit the waifu jokes, honestly. I just do it with specific people, so I don't like to attack like other people for waifu wars and stuff like that, just because I think it's run its course personally. It's kind of gotten tiring after a while, so I just kind of don't really try to engage too much in it anymore. But like I said, I only really do it for specific peoples and whatnot. But if I have to, then yes, the joke will stick around for a little bit. But it's not. I'm not gonna try to beat a dead horse with it as much as I get used to. So I think some people got kind of fed up with it. So I'm gonna try to calm down on that whole thing. So that's just me, because it kind of irritates some people. So I'm gonna do my best this year, this year, kind of just to calm down or tone it down a little bit, because yeah, some people have been getting kind of agitated over it. So, and I've gotten comments about it too. So I'm kind of trying to lower my just calm it down a bit. I mean, they'll still be here, like I said, just it won't be as much as like before. So Persona 4 playthroughs always start waifus. That's true. It's true. It's what happens. But you know what? Every time I play Persona games, I think waifu wars may have to stick around, unfortunately. But yeah, outside of Persona and stuff like that, I'm probably not going to engage too much when it comes to that kind of stuff. So, but that's just my opinion on that. So, anything outside of Persona probably will have to not. Will probably be tamer now when it comes to that kind of stuff. So, but yeah. But thank you for the question. I appreciate that. Next question is from another anonymous question. They ask, how long until App explores outside of the old schoolhouse? Well, App, how long will it take you to explore outside of the old schoolhouse? He'll answer in the chat here, so I'll have to get his answer here. Because I personally couldn't personally answer it, so I'm gonna say when the Trials of the Cold Steel games come out on PS4 later this month. That is gonna be my answer on that one. That's how long it'll take. So yeah. So thank you very much for the question there. Next question is from FD907. He says, so since you play Fortnite now, are you going to meet up with Ninja soon and do the monster drink commercial? Oh no. Is that what he does? I actually haven't seen those ads before, if he's done those before. I've been told I sound like him. I don't know how. When I listen to his voice and I listen to mine, I don't hear a resemblance at all. But probably not, because he probably will be like, who the fuck are you? And he's like, who the fuck are you? I'm gonna ban you because you killed me in Fortnite. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, dude. Because apparently I've been told he does that, so that's scary. So probably not. So probably never. I don't want to get banned. So yeah, so thank you for the question there. Next question is from FD again. He says, have you ever had Jamba Juice? Jamba Juice. Let me see. I don't know. I've never heard of that before. No, I can't say I have that. But there is a place that seems familiar, kind of like what that is. It's called Booster Juice. I'm not sure if anyone has heard of that. That's kind of like kind of what it is, basically. So if it's something like that, then yeah, I have then. But it's kind of like a different name though, in general. So yeah. I don't think I've never seen one in Canada at least, but no. So if for Jamba Juice in general, no, I haven't. Next question is from Anonymous. Says, hi Andy, how was your New Year's? My New Year's was pretty good, thank you. Hope your New Year's was good. We were casting last night, doing some multiplayer games with viewers. It was fun, and I appreciate everybody for coming by. I hope everyone had a good New Year's too. And hopefully everyone's gonna have a good 2019, because I hope 2019 is good for everybody. But yes, my New Year's was pretty good, I will say. I think it was a fun one, for sure. Because I never get to really stream on New Year's, so I'm kind of glad I was able to finally do so this year. It's always fun when I can do stuff like that. Alright, so next question is from Swindles. It says, would you rather have the Persona 4 protagonist in Smash or the Persona 3 one? Probably the Persona 4 one, just because he's actually been in a fighting game, and you can actually take his moveset from that and make it into a Smash Smash Bros. Moveset, kind of like how you could do with like Ryu and Ken. I think you can put him in there, no problem. He would fit just right in. Kind of like with Joker, you could just put him in, he'll just fit. I think any of the Persona characters in general could fit in Smash Bros. But if I had to choose between the two, I'd probably say the fourth one for sure. Because let's be honest, how could you make that thing right there, this thing, into a fighter? He'd be OP. He'd have the biggest hitbox. But I digress. So thank you for the question there. Next question is from FD. That was pretty funny. He says, do some Fortnite dances, please? I would rather not be sued. Because apparently the thing is, if you do Fortnite dances, you get sued. So I don't want to get sued millions of bucks that I don't even have. So, thank you for the question. so sorry, I can't do them. So they sue. Yeah, there's a thing going on where some celebrities are suing Epic Games for putting in some dance moves, like the Carlton. You know Carlton from Fresh Prince. He's suing Epic for putting his dance in the game. So, yeah, a lot of people are actually suing Epic for putting in dances that they did. But yeah. Anyways, next question here is from Jesus Christ. Oh wow. He says, "I will grant you one video game wish, and what is it and why?" Banjo 3, a true Banjo 3. Why? Because that's a character that needs to come back. We've seen revivals of Crash Bandicoot. We've seen revivals of Spyro the Dragon. We have seen revivals of classic Sonic. We've seen revivals of... Who's that other character that's getting something? Medieval, I think it is what's called. Just a lot of characters are getting some revivals, and I think Banjo is a character that's just kind of just sitting in the dark right now, not knowing what the hell he's not even doing anything. Hell, even Bubsy got a fucking revival, and Banjo and Kazooie are just sitting there, probably on their couch playing the Game Boy, waiting for someone start their file. I would love to see another 3D platformer that features Banjo-Kazooie. I think the world wants it nowadays, and I hope Microsoft was willing to find somebody to make it, because I know I've heard that Rare does not want to make it at all because they're more interested in doing content for Sea of Thieves. So I hope they can actually find somebody to actually either remake Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie or make a new one. Like, go get Playtonic. They're not doing anything. I mentioned this last night. I think Playtonic could easily do it. Sure, you could say Yooka-Laylee was hit or miss and whatnot, but at least it stayed true to what it was trying to be. It was trying to be just like a Banjo-Kazooie game. Sure, some elements failed, but I think they could do a good job when it comes to that, personally. I would love to see somebody take on to doing a Banjo-Kazooie game. Hell, if they're not going to do anything with them, they might as well just sell the characters, right? Like, I'm sure somebody out there will do something with them. Like, if they're not going to use them, they might as well just sell the IP, because right now it's getting wasted. They haven't done anything right now, so yeah. So I think it's time. I think Nuts and Bolts came out in 2008, I think it was. So it's been 10 years, and the Bear and Bird have not done anything since then. So they've been re-released on Xbox One for Rare Replay, but other than that, they've not really been doing anything. I would love to see a true sequel to Banjo-Tooie, and as it being a 3D platformer. Hell, even if you remake Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie, I would buy that shit, because I love those games. They are my two favorite platformers of all time. Banjo-Kazooie is my all-time favorite game, and for a sequel-wise, I think Banjo-Tooie is my all-time favorite sequel. And I think if they remake it, they could do they can touch up a lot of the stuff. Like, for example, if you try to playing Banjo-Tooie in 2018 or 2019 technically now, the FPS mode is very, very outdated and just feels very clunky. And if you give it a modern redesign or just a remake for it, you can actually make that feel so much better, personally. And then just, I don't know, platformer games are just coming back now. It seems like we're getting, like I said, we got Super Mario Odyssey. We've gotten Crash Bandicoot's remakes, we've gotten Spyro the Dragon's remakes, stuff like that. So I just feel like everybody wants it. So I think it's time. I think it's definitely time for Banjo to come back. And what a better way to do it is by either remaking his games or making a new one. So, and hell, if you put him in Smash Bros, that would help too, because that'll bring people interest to him, right? And yeah, I don't know. I just would love to see another Banjo game. I mean, Yooka-Laylee was fun. I like the Hat in Time as well, but the characters have more charm in Banjo-Kazooie personally. They're just more charming characters in that series personally. So, but that's just my opinion on that. And I really hope we can get something out of Banjo-Kazooie in 2019, because there's been a lot of rumors about Banjo and whatnot. There's been a lot of hints being towards them, so I don't know. So we'll see. But I highly doubt it. My expectations for are like probably under, like, not even like the floor. Like, you gotta dig a hole, probably 50 feet, a 50 feet hole under the ground. That's how much I have any expectations for another Banjo game, because I don't think it's ever gonna happen. But who knows? Maybe something will happen. We'll see. But yeah, thank you for the question there. I appreciate that. Next question's from Kyrie. Says, will this be the month that Axel will propose to me? Yes, Axel's gonna cock block Sora and Riku in Kingdom Hearts 3. That's the big thing that's going to happen. Calling it now. Calling it now. So it most likely will happen. And then if Kyrie says no, then Axel will be all like, burn, baby! And then put her on fire. I'm just kidding, no. My ship is Sora and Kyrie. I hope not though, but I think it will happen though. There's gonna be some cutscenes that look like he's gonna make a move because Sora hasn't done anything. So yeah. So thank you for the question there. Next question is from FD907. It says, I'm looking for anyone who plays old school RuneScape. Need to do the Shield of Arv quest. My IGN is Miko Games. Please PM me if you can help me with this quest. Love you all. Well, I don't play RuneScape, but I know somebody who has, so I could redirect you to them, because they do it. I don't know if they stream it, but they play it apparently. So yeah. So thank you for that. Next question again from Kyrie. No, it's the same question. Hold on, I'm gonna delete that one. That's the same question. Next question is from Swindles. It says, who is the best waifu in Smash 5? The best waifu in Smash 5 is Booty Netta. I mean Bayonetta. Easily. No questions asked. But if we're talking about actual waifus, it's obviously Snake. Snake is best waifu. Yeah. So yeah, thank you for the question there. Next question is from Super Mutant. It says, is there a game or a game series you think is overrated? I don't know, honestly. Probably anything made by any of the big Bethesda series, like Fallout and what is it? Like the Skyrim games and stuff like that, like Oblivion and that. Elder Scrolls, that's what I'm thinking of, yeah. So anything like Elder Scrolls or Fallout, I don't know. They don't really seem too interesting. Like, everyone does that kind of stuff. I don't know, and I think other people have done it better and not as glitchy. Because every time I've seen those games, all it is just a glitchy mess and whatnot. I'm sure they're great games, they're fun, but I just don't see any appeal in them personally. I don't know, that's just me. Call of Duty, I would say totally now. Anything before probably Modern Warfare 2, I would have to say no, but anything past that, yes, I would definitely say. It's gotten to a point where it's getting kind of overrated at times. But the new one with the new Battle Royale mode does seem kind of cool. I would like to try that out sometime, but I've never gotten a chance to play it. But though I don't have any interest in picking it up though. So, but yeah, I don't know. That's just me. Another one I would have to say is probably Battlefield. Battlefield's another one of those games I just don't be interested as much, especially with how much they release a new title every year. It's just a series that kind of gets kind of personally. I feel it's pretty an overrated series as a whole. Another series I'd like to say, I don't know. I think that's kind of it, really, to be honest with you. Those ones for sure. Trying to look if I have anything like that I have that's pretty overrated. Oh, Destiny. Destiny is another one. Holy heck, I've never seen a more overhyped game in my life. Even the sequel's overhyped. Those games are so overhyped and it makes me sad because I loved Bungie, but this is not the same Bungie that made Halo 1, 2, 3, 3D ODST, and Halo Reach. Like, oh my god. This game was like 10 years in the making. It's a grind fest. It's boring. You do the same shit over and over, and I don't get how it's interesting to some people. There's no story into it. There's no story put in the game. The only way you can read the story in the first game is you have to look it up on the website. The second game there is story, but the story is so fucking dumb that it makes you not even give a shit. So, and now we have to get like 10, and then there's supposed to be another Destiny game even after that. So supposedly Destiny was supposed to be like a 10-year thing, and yet they made a sequel like 3-4 years later. It's like, what? Huh? Hello? I don't know. Just, it's not the Bungie that I used to like, that made the original Halo trilogy and all that. Those were the days for Bungie. Hey, Bungie nowadays is just Activision, pretty much. Personally, I think Destiny is a very overrated game. Personally, I don't get the hype of Destiny at all. I tried it when Destiny 1 came out, but it's the same shit over and over. It's the same mission type. You just go in, press a button, defend an area, you win. It's like, yay. and then the loot drops are just horrible, absolutely bad. It's not good in my opinion. It's not even that. It's Destiny trying to be like an online version of Borderlands, and Borderlands, which isn't online. I mean, it does online, but just not like MMO kind of like style. It just doesn't do it well. Hell, Destiny's trying to be like an MMO FPS, and other MMOs do it better than Destiny. I don't know. It's just the grind is so bad. I was looking forward to it, but after it came out, oh my god, I did not have any interest in playing the second one ever. I had no interest in diving into the second one. Sticker Star? Yes, that's another one. Any Paper Mario game after Super Paper Mario is pretty overrated. I agree. But yeah, I think another overrated game, personally, I have to say, this is gonna be. I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna give a hot take right here. You ready for this hot take? You wanna know what's overrated in my opinion? This is a Nintendo game, by the way. You wanna know what is overrated? Majora's Mask. And A Link to the Past. If I had to pick between the two, I'd say A Link to the Past is more overrated, personally. That's just me, personally. I think those two games, personally, are way too overrated. I think the other games are so much better, personally. At least, for me. That's how I feel. Unsub, yep, unsub. You can do it now. We gotta fight. Yeah, sorry, I don't mean to be that guy, but Majora's Mask to me has issues. I'm sorry to say that. And the remake, they tried the remake, didn't solve any of the issues I had with it. I don't know. Just they make these, I don't know. I get it. It's supposed to be more of a spin-off kind of like thing, or like a sequel that takes place after Ocarina of Time. But I don't know. Just I get it. The whole interest is supposed to be about the people of Termina, right? But I don't know. A lot of the dungeons just are not. The first two dungeons in Majora's Mask are great. I have no problem with the swamp. I don't have a problem with the snowhead. I have an issue with the last two temples in that game. I hate with a passion. I absolutely hate Great Bay Temple with a passion. This temple can go dry up. And then I also hate the last temple in the game. The last temple is so confusing and it's I don't know. It's just it gives me a migraine, I'll say. Just those last two temples are just not fun when you compare it to like other temples in past games. Hell, people diss the Water Temple in Ocarina of Time, but I think the Water Temple is so much better than Great Bay Temple because you have to switch the water current, you have to go back, you have to go forward, you have to go back. It's just repetitive backtracking, and the same thing goes with the last temple in the game too, because you have to flip the temple, you gotta flip it to do puzzles, you gotta flip it, you gotta flip it, you gotta like play the song to get up to the freaking thing so you can put the little statue guy. And it's so long and repetitive. It's just like, can this be done? It's just, I don't know. I just didn't like the last two temples in Majora's Mask. And don't get me wrong, Majora's Mask isn't horrible of a game. It's nowhere near that. It's not even a bad game. Like, just keep in mind, I don't think any of the Zelda games are bad. I just think Majora's Mask is just not as good as everyone makes it think. I get it. The scene, the setting of the dark setting of the game is awesome. I'll tell you that much. I think that's the coolest thing, but I don't know. It just feels like a lot of the things are rushed with the game. Because I get it. The game was only made in like a year, so I get it. But I don't know. Just I thought maybe I'd enjoy it a little bit more when it comes to the remake, but even the remake still did a shitty job trying to get me to be interested in it. Now, I can also say, if I say A Link to the Past, I don't know. I just think a lot of other, like, the 2D Zelda games that I've seen just look like they're more enjoyable, personally. I just don't see as much interest. But then, to be fair, I did emulate it, so I didn't really give it a fair chance. I emulated it, and you had to use the analog controls to play the game, because I couldn't, for whatever reason, use the D-pad. So if I actually used the D-pad, I probably would have enjoyed it a little more, personally. Now, I will also, you know what? I will also say I'll actually add Breath of the Wild to that list as well. But I love Breath of the Wild. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I think it's such a good game. But I think there's some overrated things in the game, personally. Like, I think the story is not that great in that game. I don't think the story is as well developed, or is really more interesting than past games, personally. If you even call it, it's so simplified, and I don't know, it's not as great, personally. And I don't think a lot of the champions get a lot of development, personally. I don't know. That's my issue with it. I don't know. And why is Calamity Ganon a big threat? He's just a big cloud. I don't get it. Why should I fear him exactly? I went into him, just beat him, and he's like, oh, okay. He didn't even feel like a big deal, personally. He's just like, oh, the Calamity Ganon is a big thing. It's like, okay, but why? What did he do exactly? Just overtook like the Guardians, so then they listen to him and whatnot. I don't know. I just think as good as Breath of the Wild was for gameplay was, because I loved the gameplay in it. I just don't like. I just don't think the story is as good as everyone makes it out to be, personally. But yeah, that's just my opinion on that. So yeah, those are the overrated games in my opinion, so there you go. So next question, thank you very much for that, by the way. Next question from Banjo. It says, can I be in Smash? Yes. If I was Sakurai, I would be like, yes, you can join the game. In a heartbeat. And last question we got here is from Anonymous. And he says, how long till Edge accepts Iris? Let's take a look here. How long will Edge accept Iris? It says in later this year. Cool. There you go. There you go. That's what it says. It says in later this year. So yeah. So there's your answer on that. That is when. Oh, actually, he'll accept Iris when the next crappy Pokemon character gets announced. that's when he'll accept Iris. So yeah, that's how I feel, at least. So, which I don't know who that would be. We'll have to see. We'll have to see when Pokemon 2019 comes out. So, because maybe that character will be something. But I don't know. But yeah, so there you go. So there you go, guys. That was my Q&A session for the month. of January. If you ever have a feature question that you'd like to ask me on stream for the Q&A sessions for the Monthly Beatdown podcast, you can ever come to my stream and use the command !ask Andy. It will redirect you to a Google Doc, so you can fill out a form there to ask me a question. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, it's down below in the description there, and you can click the link there and ask me a feature question for the next time I do Monthly Beatdown podcast, which will be in a month's time. So yeah, with that is our that was our January 2019 edition of the Monthly Beatdown podcast. Yes, we got a lot done there. Like I said, we did a 2018 recap. We also did a look back at December of what happened here on the channel. We also had our subscriber shout out. We had our scheduled showcase or announce. We had our highlight of the month. We also had our showcase of stuff I got back in December. We had our caster of the month announced, which was Mystic Umbreon. Make sure to go follow him. We also showcased a clip of his, some news and announcements, including the announcement that Mario Kart Wii CTGP will be starting here on the channel for Mario Kart Sundays on January 27th, 2019. So look forward to that. So Mario Kart Wii comes back to Mario Kart Sundays at the end of the month. So yeah, it should be awesome. And then we also had our Q&A session. So yeah, we had a lot on this edition of the Monthly Beatdown podcast. Probably a pretty busy Monthly Beatdown podcast in quite some time, that's for sure. So yeah, I look forward to January 2019. There's a lot that's going to be happening here on this channel for sure. And it's a road to redemption for making me actually try to enjoy my channel and casting once again, because I feel like I can totally do so. So and with a lot of the stuff that I have planned, I think it's going to make things a lot more enjoyable here down the line for sure. So yeah. But yeah, that'll be it for our episode of the Monthly Beatdown podcast. So for those of you who came on to live here on Twitch, I want to appreciate everybody for coming by. It was awesome. If you're watching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed our episode this month, make sure to give a like, make sure to subscribe to more of my videos and highlights and more of my Monthly Beatdown podcast. Also make sure to follow me on Twitch, because that's where I do all my stuff, is here on Twitch TV. And the next time I'll be doing the Monthly Beatdown podcast will be in January again, just like this month, but it's for the February 2019. I keep saying 2018 and 2017 for some reason. But yeah, we'll be here for the February 2019 channel update on January. Where is it here? If it would load up my schedule here. January 29th, yes, which is a Tuesday. So I'll be there for the February 2019 channel update. So look forward to that. Probably won't be as active or as busy as this month, because this month was just a recap and a lot of stuff that I would like to discuss. So yeah. If you ever have any questions or stuff about today's, what was said on today's podcast, make sure to give me a comment down below in the YouTube, or if you're on Discord, the Discord server, feel free to ask me in the chat room there, and I'll gladly try to answer for you. So yeah. But with that being said, that's gonna do it. So thank you everybody for watching, and we'll see you on the next stream here on the channel, which will be starting up here our first stream of January on January 3rd, 2019, with Late Night Beatdown. So that should be fun. So with that, thank you for watching. You guys have once again, I hope you guys have a happy New Year, and we hope that 2019 is freaking amazing. So until next time, this is Daddy signing out, and thank you for watching another episode of the Monthly Beatdown podcast here on The Gaming Beatdown. So until then, you guys take care. You guys can have a good 2019. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.